down, we all knew that the electric muscle car thing was way off. Simulated exhaust notes? It's like drinking decaf coffee, technically the same, but the soul's just not there. Muscle cars have always been about raw, mechanical emotion, and over the last few years, that era felt like it was hitting its final burnout. The Dodge Charger and Challenger were discontinued. Chevy Camaro also packed up and left. The only pony car left in the fight was the Mustang, holding the fort on its own. But with recent political shifts and a surprising rollback on emission restrictions, V8s aren't dead yet. In fact, they're back in the saddle. And that means Dodge isn't wasting any time bringing the 2026 Charger back with the legendary HEMI under the hood. How long will this revival last? Hard to say. But it's long enough to give gearheads one more shot at that unmistakable roar. Here's what we know so far. Why Dodge brought the HEMI back. In the real world, HEMI and other V8 engines left dealer lots because of tightening emissions rules, rising fuel prices, and a push toward electrification. Dodge tried to keep muscle alive with its e-muscle concept, but the market spoke loud and clear. People wanted the rumble, not a Bluetooth playlist of exhaust noises. Then came the curveball, a political shift that eased some of the strictest emissions requirements. Suddenly, the HEMI wasn't a museum piece anymore. It could legally, and more important, profitably roll off the line again. From a business standpoint, it's simple. Dodge knows there's still money in gas-powered performance. And if the industry is giving a few more laps before the inevitable electric takeover, you better believe they're going to make each one count. What's under the hood? For 2026, the HEMI's back in more than one flavor. The entry point is the proven 5.7-liter unit, the one that's been the gateway drug into moper muscle for years. Expect it to land in the 370 to 400 horsepower range, enough to make a modern Charger feel like a proper bruiser. But the real headline is the return of the 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI, the beast that made the Hellcat name legendary. We're talking 700-plus horsepower territory, maybe even creeping closer to those jailbreak numbers from the Challenger's last hurrah. Dodge knows this is their swan song for big V8s, so don't expect them to hold back. If anything, they might push the envelope just to make sure it's remembered as one of the wildest muscle sedans ever built. Both engines will almost certainly get paired with an updated 8-speed automatic, and there's chatter about Dodge finding ways to make the exhaust note even more aggressive, partly to remind the EV crowd what real noise sounds like. What's new this time around? This isn't just the old Charger dusted off with a fresh VIN. Dodge is giving the 2026 model some serious updates to match modern expectations. First off, it's expected to ride on Stellantis' new STLA large platform, which should mean better chassis stiffness, improved handling, and more flexibility for future powertrains, even if we're here for the V8 right now. Think of it as a muscle car foundation built with a bit more precision than brute force. Design-wise, Dodge is hinting at a mix of retro cues and sharper, more aggressive lines. Early prototypes and leaks suggest a fastback profile closer to classic Chargers, paired with modern aero touches. Wider fenders and a more sculpted hood are expected. Inside, the next-gen Uconnect system will make an appearance with a massive central screen paired with a fully digital gauge cluster. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are going to be standard, as well as the latest driver assistance tech. But don't worry, Dodge knows better than to drown a muscle car in touchscreens. Physical buttons for the important stuff, like launch control, will still be in easy reach. Price and release date. The wait won't be long. Dodge plans to roll the 2026 Charger HEMI V8 onto showroom floors by the end of the year, giving muscle fans something to look forward to before the calendar flips. Just don't expect any welcome back discounts. Even with the base 5.7-liter, you're looking at a starting price that won't sneak in under $40,000. That still puts it in striking distance of the V8 Mustang, which starts around $46,000. Now, if your sights are set on the 6.2-liter supercharged Hellcat, brace yourself. A 6-digit sticker isn't out of the question, especially if Dodge decides to make it a limited run, high-spec send-off.